It was a frustrating night. You know, again, we come out of the first quarter, it's 3-0, and we're right in it. And that's the way Tulsa is playing right now. They pound the football, they don't make mistakes, and the 3 becomes 10, becomes 17, and next thing you know, you're playing catch-up against a good football team. We turned the ball over 4 times. Again, early on, it's still a close game. We're getting momentum, we're driving, we fumble a snap. We had, again, untimely penalties and drop passes. And we don't have, I've said this the last few weeks, we don't have that type of room for error this season. I give Tulsa credit. I said it this week, they're probably the most complete football team. We'll play all season in all 3 phases. That being said, I'm extremely disappointed in the score and the final outcome. Questions?
Just how emotional was today after the week that the team went through with DJ?
How emotional was today? You know, the whole week has been full of emotions. I think, I can't speak for our players, but it seems like today might have been actually the least emotional of the days. Tuesday and Wednesday were as emotional within a program as I've ever been around. Thursday got a little bit better. You know, it's I've said this before with our student athletes, lifting weights, going to class, having meetings, having practice, having study hall, having tutors. This week they had all of that and DJ Hayden on their mind, and I'd say the whole team was over at the hospital multiple times throughout the course of the week. So I think some of them, while they were thinking of DJ playing today, I'm sure they were happy to have a helmet on and be out on Robertson Stadium today and compete against an opponent. An update on DJ, I saw him yesterday afternoon. Went over and visited him again at the hospital, and every day he's getting much, much better. And he was alert. He was up and walking around just a little bit. And he and I talked again for about 20 minutes. The time before that I saw him awake was Wednesday night, late. And just from my perspective, from Wednesday to Friday afternoon, he looked and sounded much, much better. And he really, really appreciates, as does his family, the support. They're overwhelmed, and so am I, by the support he's received from across the country. When I went in to see him yesterday, as I'm walking in, Carl Lewis is walking out, and had the chance to talk to him for about 5 minutes, and he had just gotten off an airplane and came right over to the hospital. So that really, really meant a lot to DJ and his family.
Coach, I'm sorry if you hit on this, but I guess in general, when a team, young kids go through a week like this, was some of it a byproduct out there in terms of the outcome? In terms of, I mean, it looked like early on they were playing with a little bit more of a pep, but I mean, is it just eventually we just wear on them when you go through something like this?
That's hard to answer, I think. You know. No, I understand. No, I mean, you know, we made mistakes, got behind in the second quarter, couldn't catch up. You know, I think we wanted to win no less with 10 seconds left in the game than in the first 10 seconds of the game. So I don't attribute, in my opinion, what we saw in the second half to what went on this week.
You know, I know at this point you always try to keep it to now it's a 2-game season and so forth. But fact is, now you're in a predicament where you have to win out to get to a bowl. Can you just kind of address now that this game's over, where you move on from here?
Well, that's what we just talked about in the locker room. Is I told them we got 2 games left, and if there's ever been the definition of having your back against the wall, this is it. We've got to win the next 2 to extend our season and go somewhere in December for a week. And it starts with Marshall. And I told them we're going to take 66 players on the road. And I said in the locker room, I'm talking to everybody that can hear me: coaches, players, trainers, equipment managers, video personnel. Our preparation and focus this week has to be better than it's been all season. And I told them we can't win the conference championship any longer. Our focus is now trying to extend our season, and we've got to win these next 2 games to do so.
Do you have any idea on going into the week with Charles?
No, I don't know. I don't know about Charles' health at this point. I just talked to him briefly on the way out of the locker room, and I'll have more of an idea probably. I'll have more of an idea tomorrow, and then probably know even more Monday. I would hope he'd go from doubtful to day to day, but again, that's wishful thinking as I sit here in front of you.
Do you think maybe you lost some leadership without Charles and DJ, where maybe you could have stopped the bleeding at a different point in the game?
Well, I mean, there's no question we lost leadership without them. They're 2 of our best players. They're 2 of our best leaders. We had they're 2 of our 4 captains. So there's no question. But again, there's also no excuses. Other guys have to step up. I thought Kenneth Farrell ran the ball hard, and then we got behind and didn't try to establish the run as much in the second half. But guy goes down, another young man's got to step up and perform. But I think your question is probably accurate. You lose 2 players of their caliber and 2 young men with their leadership ability. You'd like to have them playing.